Welcome back, kids, to Bridgeburn 412 walks through Dark Souls Remastered. In our last episode, if you recall, we confronted a dragon. We got a nice new Drake sword and executed a Black Knight. So now we are ready to continue into further along through this area. I think we're still in, is it the Undead Parish? It might be the Undead Parish we're in now. From the Undead Burg. So, we're only going to get 5 because we didn't kindle that one. There's no real reason to kindle that one. So, we're going to continue this way, and basically you want to head here, you want to take a quick turn and go up these stairs. There are some knights that are there that are going to follow, but oh my gosh, it's so nice to be able to kill these in one shot. When I was playing with the mace, it was taking me like 3 hits on all these guys. So this is a good choke point right here as long as you don't roll off either side. There's a boar down there that we want to avoid if we can. Oops. So just be cautious. All these guys having shields kind of sucks. We're going to have to wait for them to jab us and then hit them. They're exposed. Alright, easy peasy. Got a spear. Spear's a weapon you can use if you're having a tough time with timings and things. A spear might be a good option for you because the spear will allow you to hit from behind your shield. They don't hit as hard. Kind of boring because you're just poking straight in front of you. They don't sweep, but it will allow you to have a lot more protection. Okay, this boar we're going to kill by using these alluring skulls. And basically what happens is an alluring skull will make the enemies run to it. So when the boar runs to it, he's running in the fire there and burning up in the fire. Sometimes you have to use 2 because he'll back out. He'll realize something's wrong and he'll back out. But that's how you get rid of him. And he is now dead. I don't think he dropped anything. Did he drop anything? And all the guys that were here, just to let you know, we ran through real fast. There's a spear guy who's here. There's another guy who's right over there. So if you go to try to kill him, the boar will often see you. Oh, it left him. The boar will often see you and come and charge you. And what you think would happen when a giant boar with a huge skull head attacks you would happen is actually what happens. Fang boar helm, I can't believe it. I've never gotten that to drop. It's kind of a silly thing, actually, if we think about it. But and it's really heavy. But basically, you can run around with that thing on. That'll put us into fat rolls, so we're not going to be able to use it until we get some more endurance. But we're probably not going to use it because it's kind of silly. But if you want to get your boar helm going, hey, knock yourself out. Knock yourself out. Okay, progressing down these stairs here. There's a baddie who baits you into running in here so that all kinds of mayhem can happen. I do miss my... Ow. Ow. I do miss my straightforward lunge. Cannot lie. This guy will throw stuff at you from up there. So just come up and dispatch these guys. Where'd he go? Here we go. And then there is a key that we're going to need, a mystery key. That will help us a little bit later on. Get up this ladder. Over here, there is an item. Now, it is extremely dark on my TV. The recording isn't recording as dark, I don't think. So it's hard for me to see this post, but I'll do my best here. Grab your soul packet. So we're just going to walk back. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Climb up this ladder. Oh, someone decided to jump because he was going to try to be a sneaky Pete. No, enemies can climb ladders. Most enemies. Humanoid enemies. Backstab location is a little bit different on the Drake Sword, I think. So, be aware. Where am I going? Here we go. Okay. So, that's where we were below. And killed the boar in the fire. Up there on that tower. I think it's that tower is where we killed the Black Knight and got our Black Knight shield. Now, we're going to face the most difficult humanoid enemies at this point in the game. Balder Knights. They are no joke, so be aware. I'm going to utilize this opportunity to demonstrate this attack. Which even that wasn't enough to kill them. So they're pretty beefy. But they have a shield that you can employ if you didn't get the Knight Shield. Or if you didn't get the Dragon Crest Shield. It is better for magic, slightly. Better stability by 1 point. The physical, that's the attack damage if you're hitting someone with the shield. If you're running around hitting people with shields, you're probably not playing the game right, but it does put an attack damage there. Just for, I guess, the info. Okay. So again, kick them open, and execute. Head down this way. So there's another Balder Knight that way. Then there's a guy here. I think, well, we'll just get our backstab game going. And they have a 1 in 100% chance to drop the Balder side sword, which is considered by many to be the best dex weapon in the game. So it's 1 in 100 though, literally. So it's a very rare drop. You can farm them for them if you want. I don't know how lucky you'll be. The more humanity you have, higher the drop rate. You can come over here. Try not to get around that corner to get plunked. Boy, I have to tell you, it is so nice to just have to one-swing those guys. It was taking 3 with my mace. And I gave it the good old college try. I got all the way through Blighttown, which is quite a ways into the game. And it just wasn't working for me. Okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to use a humanity and kindle this bonfire. There's more we're going to have to do up there, and we are going to get there, but this bonfire is going to be where we're working from. We're going to be doing some farming up there, so you want to definitely kindle this bonfire. Plus, there's an area over there that we are going to need to go into, which is like the miniature golf of Dark Souls with its just stupidness. And we might as well run out here and start Sigmayr's quest. Sigmayr is the Seek word of Dark Souls. And he's exactly the same, just dumb, with stupid armor, always getting stuck. But we're not going to listen to his stupid nonsense. We just talk to him. I don't even know what his quest does. I've never finished his quest. If you finish his quest in Dark Souls 3, of course, you get Titanite Slab. But I've never had the patience in Dark Souls to figure out what his quest is. Okay, and so you probably heard the clanking. So the clanking is our blacksmith, Andre. Now, he will upgrade your weapons and he will repair your weapons. So if we look at our sword right now, and we click on it, you'll see that it's 324. I think is it 350? 360? Might be 360. So it's taken some damage. So the number 4th from the left there, 324, that is the degradation. Now you can eventually buy a repair box so you can repair your own armor at bonfires.
Well, I'm Andre of a stove.
But for right now, we need him. So, we are going to repair our equipment. So it requires souls. So we're just going to repair all of it. And then repair our armor as well. The last thing you want is your stuff to fall apart. But here's where you can reinforce your weapons. The Drake Sword requires a different, requires a different upgrade material, Dragon Scales, which we're going to be getting some of. To upgrade, we're probably not going to do that. There are better uses of Dragon Scales. We're only going to be using this Drake Sword for a while. We'll probably got some decisions to make over which one of these we want to use. We could do both because you'll notice the Claymore, I'm looking up at the right hand corner there where required souls and Titanite Shard. This requires Titanite to upgrade. This requires Twinkling Titanite to upgrade. So they're different materials. So we'll be able to upgrade both of them. So you can see though that it does cost quite a few souls to upgrade that one. What are we using right now? We're using the Drake Sword. We might as well start to pour into the Claymore. Because we're going to come up here and we're going to be farming some more Titanite in order to get that to +5.
Don't get yourself killed.
I'll do my best. So, made some investments into the Claymore. Claymore is just a super weapon. And let's go ahead and use our souls. Eventually the Claymore will surpass the Drake's. Plus, we will be able to use enchantments or resins on the Claymore. You can't apply resins onto the Drake sword. And resins apply dark damage, lightning damage, magic damage, poison damage, I think. Bleed damage. Okay, what is 3980? Two levels. Oh, one level. Boy, look how close we are. So, red and exit. How are we doing on time? We're good. Okay, so let us head back up, and we're going to open up a shortcut to the Firelight Shrine, so that we can move fairly quickly between these areas. The downside of Dark Souls that you don't have so much in Dark Souls 3, well, you don't have it at all, you can't port between bonfires until you get the Lord Vessel, which is later in the game, and then you, when you do get it, you can't port to every single bonfire, but most of the ones that you would normally use. Okay, so we're going to be chewing up our humanities eventually to upgrade our weapon to +5, but we got to take care of some other things first, like this guy. So bring him out here. Don't try to fight him there. You're going to get shot by a magician who's up on the balcony there. And even though I rolled the wrong way there, a lot of times you want to roll to the side with the piece. And once he's dead, he only dies once. Let's see what he left us. Titanite shard, nice. We are going to need... How many more Titanite shards are we going to need? Oops, sorry. Oh, we only have one. We're going to need, what, 2? How many levels we got? We got 2, right? So we need 4 and then 3. So I think we're going to need 7 more. So 6 more. 6 more Titanite shards. So he will leave over here the Firekeeper soul. So go ahead and grab that. And then this is the shortcut that you want to open up between the levels. We're not really going to use a shortcut right now. Well, I guess we can. We can go down and use the Firekeeper soul. Just to get our Estus Flask up to +2. More healing's always better than less. So go ahead and come on down here. Come on down, doobie down, down, down. And we will head on over. To our Firekeeper. And reinforce our Estus Flask. So now we're at +2. Friends, I cannot remember if we get that up to +10 or +12. 12 is in my mind for some reason, but I can't. Or even +15, I can't remember. We're going to be getting them all, so don't worry. But with this, so much of this game is just me operating from memory. What I remember. Alright, so we're going to head on up, 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 up. I think we should be able to get our next boss in this episode. Goes a little bit long. Again, I'm not too concerned. Okay, so there's another bad dude up there. You can parry him. With the levels, it's always a little bit tricky of whether you'll get the parry or not. Okay, so now we're going to want to two-hand this weapon, because there's going to be about 1 million of these guys that are going to come through here. So we just want to line them up and knock them down. I think that's all of them. Ow! We don't want to go up. Oh, he fell. We do want to kill him. Oh, I was going to plunge attack him. You only have to kill him once, so he basically, when he was doing that dance up there, he was buffing. These dudes. Where did he go? Oh, he ran down there. Okay, let's go ahead and kill him. I'll head back down. Hope he doesn't buff the alternates that are down there. Of course, he got me pinned right between the pillars. Come on. This guy's not this hard. Location, location, location. Somehow I didn't have my shield on for some reason. Head past the corpses. Head over here. Grab this large soul of a nameless undead. Now this is the way to the boss. But first we have to go this way. And we'll see if we can get our parry game going here. The parry, you use the left trigger. Diamond shard. Nice, 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 nice. Come all the way around here. This dude. Pick up the humanity. Go over here, break the door, and go up the stairs, and we're gonna use that mystery key.
Oh, still human, are you? Then I am in luck. Could you help me? As you can see, I am stuck without recourse.
Of course.
Thank you. Yes, sincerely. I am Knight Lautrec of Karim. I truly appreciate this. And I guarantee a reward. Only later.
Okay, so he will... again, I'm rocking in my chair, so it made the thing. He will be back at Firelink Shrine. And we will be getting a reward from him later, as you will see. Stay tuned for that greatness. Alright, so we are in human form, which is good. So we are ready for the next boss. So the next boss is Bell Gargoyles, and they can be quite frightening, but if you keep your wits about you, it shouldn't be too bad. We'll kind of see how this goes here. But we're going to bring in our buddy, Solaire. So Solaire, you can bring in summons if you are in human form. And since the Solaire is our dude, he can come in and help us out. When you do bring a summons, the bosses have more health and they hit harder, and your hits hit less hard. So that's always something to take in consideration when you are considering bringing a summons or not. Now the way this fight works, there starts with one Bell Gargoyle who jumps down, and then midway through the fight, the second gargoyle will jump down. The second one is tougher because he shoots fire. The first one does not, but they do hit very hard, so you got to be careful. And for many of the bosses in the game, if you cut off their tail, they will drop a weapon. The weapon that the bell gargoyle drops is not, it's not very good. A lot of the tail weapons aren't very good, but I'm going to try to do it. If it's too much of a hassle, and I'm not finding my position or anything like that, we'll just kill him. Depends how the fight goes. So let us walk in and see. I was waiting for the cutscene to activate. Okay, so scary. So you can see our Drake sword is just kind of strong. Okay, so there is the tail. And he is already dead. This guy just shoots fire, so just come around behind. Dragon Press Shield is doing work. So, boom. So, if you're following this guide, that fight is not at all difficult, as you just saw. Drake's sword just absolutely ruined them. We got a Sunlight Medal for having Solaire with us. Sunlight medals are for his covenant. You can get a couple miracles with those medals. Okay, so after we have killed the gargoyles, who were a bit of a joke, come in here and we're going to go up a big long ladder. So you can see, friends, why we got the Drake sword. The game does get harder, I promise. So we come on over, and this is the first Bell of Awakening. We have to ring 2 of these. If you go through the Depressed Night back at the Firelink Shrine, I'll tell you that there are 2 bells. One is way up high, which is this one, and the next one is quite a bit more difficult to get to. And when I say quite a bit, I mean a lot. But that's the first one. And we need to ring 2 of these in order to advance the story past a certain point. Basically, it will open that gate next to where Siegmeyer was. Now you could homeward bone out of there if you want, but you need to talk to this guy.
I am Oswald of Careem, the Path.
Hello.
Thou appearest. Cometh.
Okay, so you can join his covenant if you want, and then do PvP up in this area. Requesting absolution. Let's say you accidentally hit an NPC and they are aggressive towards you. You can come up here and request absolution. It is extremely expensive, though, and it will make them not mad at you. Get the, well, what is a gesture? And then he will sell various things. The Purging Stone, if you get cursed in the game, there's a couple places where you can get cursed. You will only be able to have 50% of your health until you get a Purging Stone. and purge it. Purge the curse away. It used to be you would only have 30%, but then they took pity on the people and made it only 50%. But you probably want to get one or two of these to have with you. We're not going to get it right now because we're not in that area yet. You can always come back here. It's easy enough to get to, so we'll do that another time. You can get this terrible miracle, karmic justice. You can also get a talisman if you're doing a magic or faith build, I think. And then a couple rings. Ring of Sacrifice we already have one of, but you can get another one. Blood Bite prevents bleed. We're not going to have to deal too much with bleed, so we're not going to worry about that. And then a Poison Bite ring helps with poison. We're going to try to not have to get these, because they are very expensive, especially at this point in your
You're not
playthrough.
welcome anytime. It is
And
only
then,
human to commit a sin.
And then we can run back, or we can homeward bone. I'm trying to think what I want to do. Let's homeward bone. Just because. We're going to have enough of those, so we'll go ahead and go to the last bonfire, which was Andre's, I believe, which is where we want to be. Yes. And we'll go ahead and nom our souls. Okay, go ahead and level up. So juicy. Alright, Vid up to 20, Endurance up to 18. So you'll notice our equipment load goes by Endurance. So at this point when you're putting points in, it's 1 pound. I'm calling them pounds. I don't know if they're pounds, whatever the unit is, but it goes 1 pound per. So eventually we're going to want that up quite a bit higher to use our long sword without rolling. I'm trying to think, what was that? Oh, that's not the one I wanted to look at. This one was. We need 20 and 18 for that, and then it was the shield, right? The shield was the thing causing us the trouble. So if we put that on, what are we at up here? 28.4 out of 58. I think that's still, we need to be at 24, don't we? Oh, alright, those are mid-rolls. So now we can use this sword, or this Black Knight shield, which is a little better than Dragon Crest shield, especially with fire, so that's nice. So once we get 20 and 20, we will start putting into strength and dex to get that up so we can use that Black Knight sword. Because that's going to be pretty sweet, I think. And it will also help level our claymore. So what we're going to do now is, and I'll do this off camera, is basically we are going to farm for more Titanite by killing all the enemies that are up there. And oops, we need 5 more? I think we need 5 more. Our claymore's at +2. Right? Yeah. So we need 5 more. So it goes 1, 1, 2, 2, and 3. And then you have to ascend it to the next level. So we can get this up to, we can get our claymore up to +5. So we're going to farm a little bit here and try to get that. I'm not going to use the humanities. I'm just going to do it the old school way and just wait for 5 to drop. You can also buy Titanite shards from Andre down there. They're 800 souls a pop. So if you don't want to run around and farm feel free to buy them, but you'll be losing out on however many souls that costs. So, thanks for tuning in. Took care of the bell gargoyles, and we're going to farm a little bit, and we will pick up here next time. Hello, everybody. I realized that there was something I forgot in our last episode to get. A couple things I forgot, so I'm going to just add this on to the last video, to the end of the last video, the bell gargoyles. And I thought it might be useful to show what my farming run is. So I went ahead and put one humanity in. That improves your rate from 100 up to 150. If you go up to all the way up to plus 10, you can raise it as high as 210. The problem is, so there's a shard right there. The problem is that when you do that, what happens is you carry all of those humanities on your bar. So if you die and don't get back to where you dropped them, you lose all those humanities. So I don't like to do that this early in the game when humanities are precious. So head up, kill those three first, and head in this direction. And this dude, you can sneak up on it, get a backstab in if you're sneaky Pete. Which makes him a little bit easier. It just takes 2 hits anyway, so kick open the shield, get rid of that nub, and always be checking to see if they dropped a Titanite shard or something. You'll also get quite a few souls doing this early on, so there's no reason not to farm it to get your Titanite shards. It just takes a little patience, takes a little bit of time. Like with our last guy, you can go ahead and sneak up and backstab. And again, sometimes the items will hide under the body and you can't see the shiny. So you want to make sure that you really check carefully. And there's a little bit of backtracking here, but it's not too terrible. And I'll show you the thing that we forgot when we came through here. So there's a halberd here, which is a good dex weapon if you're going for a dex build. And then this guy comes out. So, just circle around, get your backstab on if you don't want to parry. Go ahead and grab the basement key. We are going to need that later. Go ahead and open this up. We never really come through here anymore, but you never know. You want to open up all the doors. Now, it looks like you could just run in and attack that guy, but there's another Balder Knight right around the corner there. So I just usually bring him here. And he's pretty, as I say that, pretty easy to parry. And again, parry is left trigger. Okay, then you head up here, get the last Balder Knight on the steps over here. Again, pretty easy to parry. Where you time your parries is right before the weapon is going to hit you. So you've got to time it so that it's connecting with the weapon at that point. Okay, and then you just head back down here, and the rest of the bonfire, it resets all the enemies, and you go again until you get the required Titanite that you're looking for. Okay, so that is the farm route. Have fun.